All right, everybody, it's Gabriel back here at the Madden Studio here in Austin, 2024, off to a roaring start. Today I have the distinct pleasure of speaking with my friend, Sunil Ranka from Predikly. Sunil, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for inviting us. It's a pleasure as usual.
Thank you for joining us and spending a moment in this busy schedule. Sunil, I want to dive right in with you. I want to talk about AI. Surprise, right? In the age of AI, it seems like in many cases, and in some cases with some simple, GPTs, you're like, wow, that was magic. But the reality in the enterprise, we're not really talking about waving a magic wand, are we?
That's correct, because I think that's one thing people need to realize, that it's not a magic wand, that just bringing a chat GPT into and delivering a task is not going to solve your problem. But you have seen, right, back in the days when we solved an automation problem, it was always task, like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. With the inception of AI, those multiple steps could be done together, and then it can be moved forward. With the newer age of AI, the need of the hour from the use cases have remained the same, but the need of the hour has changed in terms of how do you deliver it. What it means is today, business continue to be important. The SMEs are going to be continue to important, but how do you deliver those tasks in terms of bringing the right resourcing from the AI perspective is going to be important. Bringing the right AI ops is going to be important, and that is the reason you would need a platform which can take away some of those pains away from here. Be it automation anywhere, which means you bring in a platform, and this platform is going to continue to evolve and take away the pain of implementation of AI ops. And that is where most of the companies will not have the right talent.
It's because right now, probably like with any new technology, we all know it's really tough to even decide like in an LLM, right? There's how many are out there right now, but what you're suggesting is the management, once you and even if you haven't decided, but having a management structure, if you will, a system to help manage models, agents, workflows, right?
That's correct. So back in the days, what we did, we built a software, we just released it into production, and we said, okay, now the support is going to take care of it, keeping the lights on, and we'll do the minor enhancement. Today, when you bring in AI, you're bringing a brain back. When you bring a brain back, you don't say, okay, you know what, I learned for 5 years, I'm not going to continue to learn. What it means is you need to have a continuous feedback system in the place, which means your models needs to continue to evolve. Your needs are going to evolve. When you were a toddler, if somebody can give you a chocolate, you'll be very happy. But when you're in a high school, let me impress you with the chocolate, it's not going to work. Which means as the age and as the time grows, we have to continue to evolve. And that is where we need a mindset where AI is not just about what I implemented today. It needs to continue to evolve, and that's the reason AI ops, continuous feed to that, continuous learning is going to be important, and that is where people need to start thinking about how they will be able to bring that kind of a knowledge and aspiration and implementation as part of AI.
Yeah, so it's not just about thinking through a problem statement in terms of a process or even a workflow that you can automate. We're talking about an operational level discussion and discourse on how to optimize at an operational level with the power of AI and automation.
That is correct. And if you look at it, right, the way technology is letting you do the things, you were able to do it earlier, but it was either a manual task or it was taking a lot more. We just talked about your favorite blogger child or something, what you just said. It's phenomenal, right? You were able to do that job on your own, but now you are able to bring in all this together, and I'm hoping you will put that as a part of the solution. And anybody can write blogs within less than 10 minutes and a high level of content. You could have done that with a previous technology, but there would have been a more step in the way and more rule-based engine you needed to put it. But now AI is helping you build that content with a mind. And that is the difference. What they're bringing is your database was always a database, but today your database is incorporated as part of LLM, and it has its own thinking, which is helping you derive the relevant content, let it put it that way.
That relevancy and not having to go search for things is probably the biggest step change, I think, right? And
that is
speaking
correct.
of the blogger, we just demoed a new version using Automation Copilot, voice activation, hey, write me a blog about IT and automation for a CIO audience. I just say those words, natural language, and it kicks off my whole automation with multi-agent solution. And I have a whole governance model built in, so I'm leveraging only my data. I have a human in the loop to verify that the content is what it needs to be and it's written in our tone and style, and it all works. Now, the thing I get excited about isn't just for me, is the fact that I can empower my entire company to be creators, to have a voice out there, right? And to produce, and tell their story, which I think is super important, especially today.
Exactly, and that's what we are seeing in the enterprise world as well. I mean, you talked about the blogger piece, right? What we are seeing is purchase orders, a sales order. We are seeing invoices, some of the complicated situations which were humanly not possible to solve it, which means we have a use case where we need to look for a sales order number from a purchase order number. Earlier, somebody had to go and manually look for it. Now I can give to a particular model and say, look for all these sales order from a purchase order and just find the relevant information, and voila. So some of these things are possible, but that does not mean that you build it once and use it all.
Right.
You have to continuously build it. It's build it once, learn it all. That's where it is.
Well, listen, I thank you for your insights. I know you got a busy schedule, so thank you for spending time with us. It's exciting and brave new world ahead of us.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it.